Check it out.
What?
Another podcast?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is like 500 and 400 and
403, man.
Yeah.
500.
No,
Yeah,
we did 403. This is 404.
Error 404 has begun. Let's go for
And
it.
the 404 has gone. Another episode of A Squared. We got international podcasts. We got Ali in Kuwait, Ali in LA, Saeed in UK, Abbas in New York City, Sherif in
Vancouver now.
Vancouver, and Paco. Hey, Paco.
In Lebanon,
in Lebanon.
as we can see from his bad connection.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk about abortion.
Yeah, we're just gonna drop it out like that, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, why
So-
not? Just drop the bomb, yeah. That's
Pretty
what
much,
we're
if
talking
we
about.
didn't put a disclaimer up,
Drop the baby.
this episode is a controversial one of those episodes people don't like to talk about that we do, and we'd rather you guys know how we're thinking. So sometimes we aren't, I'll be honest, but hey, that's how the show works. Boys, Roe v. Wade,
Oof. Got
USA is like
canceled.
no to abortions.
Everyone's getting canceled, dude. Even Roe v. Wade got canceled. We're going back in time, man. How do you cancel like basic rights? It's like, oh, by the way, no more free speech. Canceled. What?
Cancel. Yeah.
Yeah.
The important issue on this topic is like it was a constitutional right. So like they literally voted on something that was written in the constitution. I mean that's not easy to vote on. And
Wait,
the
so
fact that they just removed it
abortions in the Constitution?
was in the constitution. Yeah, the Supreme Court had to remove it. They're the ones who voted on it.
What was it in the Constitution about? Like, was it forbidden?
Like
or
it was allowed. You were allowed to have an abortion. Now
Wow, that's actually crazy. They were progressive more like that. That's crazy.
it was a constitutional right to have that. Yeah, of course, man. Because like America is supposedly one of the leading democracies in the world, right?
Supposedly.
It's crazy.
Well,
They
it's
were like
exactly,
that,
Well,
now
it's
they're
supposedly.
not,
in
you know?
democracy. Yep, pretty much.
It's crazy that they were like that, and now many states are not pro-abortion.
It's not many
Alright,
states.
now-
It's the whole
Oh,
country now. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
it's the whole country.
country's-
No, there's some states that aren't yet. No, or is it?
No,
is
it's
all of
if
it-
they remove it from the constitution, then it no longer the constitution applies to all of the states.
Oh, okay. So state law doesn't apply. Okay, nice.
No, when the constitution is involved, it covers over. It's
Okay. Override.
Yeah.
Okay.
it trumps state law.
Mhm.
It's handy
So-
to have a lawyer.
Each state's
Let's
on their
talk-
own right now. Yeah. What do you
Let's
want to
talk
talk
a little
about,
bit
Ali?
about abortion for a second, right?
Oof. Medically?
No, we can go medically if you want, but I'm talking more of a sense of, how do I say this?
Ethics?
Yeah, ethically speaking, like, how do you guys feel? What's your stance on abortion?
Who's pro-life and who's pro-choice?
Pretty much, are you pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm pro-choice, man.
Pro-choice, Eddie, or
I'm pro Ali. Well, I don't know, man. I don't have
it's fine.
I don't take
Abbas?
sides, man.
Yeah, no, I'm in between, bro. I'm pro half and half. I'm
Pro
pro
half and half.
responsibility, but yeah, I'll explain later.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. That's definitely something I want to touch up on. Sherif, are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Past the point of any semblance of consciousness forming, I am pro-life. Before that, I'm pro-choice.
That's what I kind of meant. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, same.
fine. Paco?
When I need it, like abortion is one of those things that you need it. It's not one of those things.
No.
It's not one of those things that you're with. It's just when you need it, it's there. So I'm not against it. I'm not
Okay.
with it. I'm not against it. I'm
So you're
in
neutral.
between.
Let's stay there.
When I
You're
need
neutral.
it.
Okay. You kind of came out of left field there, Paco. I'm not gonna lie. No, it's-
No, hey, you can't
Flank attack, man.
you don't
All right, we're going off the rails on a very important and
Oh my god.
controversial topic. Is that how we really
Well,
want to do this?
that's the thing. It's
Sometimes it's nice to laugh at
Right.
things, guys.
yeah, man, and it's like people say that, oh, I'm pro-life. What does that mean? Are you pro-life until when? Until the baby's born? And then after that, fuck him?
But mistakes happen. Because she might not believe what I believe. Yeah, that's
guy
the
is-
point. Like, I don't want a person, like, if I'm dating a girl and she happens to be pregnant, and God forbid, after she's pregnant, she puts the baby as up for adoption. That doesn't work like that. It's not a toy. It's another, and it's not a challenge. It's a blessing.
Mm.
So it's basically talking about how some people are not ready to be parents. That's why
Yeah.
the abortion would like stop them from being terrible parents to the child.
Yeah.
I would say that being pro-life extends to after they're born too. So like if you're not ready and then you have it, once they're born, you're gonna have like it's gonna have a terrible life, man. Like you can't provide the life that they deserve, that you wanted to give them. And it's like the responsible choice is not to let it happen.
So you're kind of
So
going
practice
back now, okay?
abstinence. Yes, let's
Yeah,
do that,
exactly.
boys.
So what are you supposed to do in that situation? So you're trying to say that, oh, being a parent's really hard. You need to have a certain emotional maturity, also the knowledge and skills, also be able to, financially afford it.
Look, no person, but the thing is, Ali, and I'm pretty sure you also know this, that no one is ever actually fully ready to be a parent before they
there are
actually
people
start.
that are more ready to be a parent
They
than
are,
other
they are
people
more
are.
ready, but they're not
Yes.
fully. No one, because like there's no, it's not like there's a training course or program that we just like you sit there.
There should be.
You know how
Yeah,
I
of
see this?
course.
Minimum level of
Yeah.
preparation.
Yeah.
There has to be a minimum level of preparation.
How I think about this is there's no such thing as being fully ready, but it's better to be 3 out of 4 ready than 1 out
Exactly,
of
yeah.
4 ready.
Akid, bro.
No,
sure.
I agree with that point, but I'm just saying like, not everyone is, no one is ever fully ready for a child.
True. But after the first one, like who here is a first child?
I guess, yeah, me.
Well, there you go. So that explains a lot.
Sherif too, yeah.
You fuck up with the first one,
Paco
but you
too.
kind of get the second one right. Let's be honest. That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah,
And it's not.
right.
That's an overgeneralization. I wouldn't agree with that.
I mean,
And there's a ton of things that can go wrong too. Like if you know your baby's gonna come out and it's gonna be messed up.
Cut you off, but Saeed's point.
We're not gonna
So-
hear Paco's point
To
anytime.
Saeed's point, yeah, exactly. So like let's talk about it medically a little bit. Isn't there a reason sometimes that you need to get an abortion because if you don't, the mother's gonna die?
yeah,
And in
there
that
are some times
situation-
where
Okay, so
Yeah.
what do you do in that
Okay.
situation? Yeah.
you
No, that's
kind of have
that's a
to.
whole
Uh-huh.
Oh, different
Like,
situation.
guys,
that's a whole other discussion because that's not
That's a whole nother discussion.
yeah.
I'm
So,
translating for Paco.
there is some medical like reasons, but those are like usually early on.
All right, it's early on, but so what? You still can get an abortion, right?
Yeah, and
These
I'm
laws
open
make it
to
so you can't get an abortion. So whether the
Yeah,
question
which
of
is-
abortion, yeah, it's like sometimes you need an abortion. Actually, sometimes it's not that black and white, and maybe you don't want it, but you have to get it to survive. Then what?
No.
All these laws are gonna do is just make people who get abortions get them illegally or more dangerously. You know what I mean? They're gonna get the abortion anyways, most of these people, but they're gonna do it in more ways that are dangerous and harmful to women at the end of the day, which is kind of awful, you know?
More
Yeah.
extreme, under the table, black market.
Or
No,
they go back to the prohibition ages where I don't know if this is real or not, but from what I've
Tanga.
heard, there we go. Thank you for coming out with it because I was struggling to for a second.
No, yeah,
coat
it's
hanger.
true. People
Or
have
she
these-
falls on the stairs on accident.
or don't
True.
kick down the stairs.
That's
as well.
so horrible, dude.
yeah, they
It
made
is
a
horrible,
study.
and this decision can lead us go back to that situation.
They made a
because
study in
some-
2010 to 2014 where in places that abortion was illegal, they had more abortions than in places that were legal. The difference is, like Ali was saying, is that a lot of mothers had infections, they died, like it's dangerous. If you're not gonna stop abortion, you're just gonna stop it from
Yeah.
being safe.
Life.
Yeah.
Something that
Pretty much.
I think that would help with this whole situation is if contraception was promoted better, if it was Or
No.
if it was
Sometimes
the-
the condom rips, and you're kind of fucked.
Bro, it's a 99.99%
Figuratively
chance that
speaking.
It's actually
of
not
working.
in Canada. In Canada, it's actually, get this, 84%.
Is it written on the condom?
No, but it's in a clinic. They had that. I saw it once.
Then people are misusing the condom. That's why. It's not like the condom itself is not supposed to be not functional. If you don't know how to use a condom, that's a whole different situation, because it does happen. Like when you're placing it, it can rip with like as you're placing it, and that's a different situation, which is also part of the promoting contraception, because you have to also teach people how to use contraception. And now they're coming up.
People that use contraceptives now.
Yeah, of course, but not all around the world.
Yeah.
There are a lot of places that don't use.
Talking about America, though.
And there's
I'm talking
Most
about
people,
America.
yeah,
well,
exactly.
no, there's still like uneducated zones that will also do not use contraception.
That is true.
I mean,
I don't know how
that's
they
the
used to use condoms back in the Middle Ages. They would take sheep intestines and use that shit. They tie one end. Like
Is that
condoms
true?
are not that hard to use.
Yeah.
They really are not that hard to use. A
Okay,
child
I'm
can figure out how to use.
I'm not talking about the like this is an important issue about how to use a condom, because I was talking about how Sherif mentioned the 84%. It was like for the 16%, if you don't know how to use a condom, you need education on it.
It's not that
Okay.
they don't know how to use it. It could be that the condom itself is why are we talking about condoms? The condom itself is broken, let's say, or expired, or
Okay.
Imperfect, yeah.
the fault
Things
is
happen,
in
man.
the product and not the user.
Okay, then these are you're talking about very exceptional circumstances. This is not the general.
But this is what we're talking about. Yeah, exactly, too. It's like in these special circumstances, if that happens, what then? You're not allowed to have an abortion?
No, I'm not, bro. I'm pro-choice. I'm just telling you, like, we should also to decrease the amount, the situations where you have to lead up to abortion, promote more contraception. Then what I was gonna also say was, because they're doing tests with the what's it called, the male what's it called, male pill for the, so that you don't get children.
Male pregnancy pill.
Male.
Male contraceptive pill.
I don't think that's what it's called, but yeah.
Male contraceptive pill.
Yeah, like the anti-pregnancy pill for, okay, yeah, something like that. So it's coming out. They're working on it now, and it's like gonna come out
Bro, I
soon.
feel like that would fuck your hormones so much, man.
I mean,
Something like
look. I
Probably
mean,
will.
if it's tested and proved, why should it fuck with you?
No, it would still do it. It's just that your body recovers, or I think so. The medical students here can.
You mean temporarily?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The drug is currently under study. Ali and Abbas will not talk about it.
No,
until
but
it's fully-
my point is the oral contraceptives for females F their hormones more than us.
Yeah, so
They
it's
have
like
so many problems when girls are on birth control and like
birth
pill.
control. Thank you. Yes, that's what's good. Yeah, Sherif, like you're saying,
Hey,
it also
man,
affects
look.
women's hormones as well. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but that's their problem.
there we go. There we go. That's out of him. There we go.
And Sherif is cancelled.
Sherif, how's that? Are you mentioning this to the missus as well?
I'm gonna tell you this. I've been quiet for a minute. I've been hearing this bullshit. I'm mind my language now, but yo, I'm gonna tell you this. Hey, if you don't know how to use a condom, you're a fucking mind my language again. If you don't know how to use a condom, I'm seriously like, there's sex ed class in high school. And if there's the internet. Like, if you're like 10, 12 years old, there's the internet. If you don't know how to use it, there's porn. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's so many obstacles.
Paco?
They don't use it on that platform.
Paco,
Thank you.
no, just a second. I think most people don't generally tend to actually look for. I'm not gonna ask this question to you guys because I know most of you won't answer this, but like in general, like a question would be asked: Have any of you actually checked how to use a condom on YouTube or something like
I have to know how to use it. I'm a
No,
fucking doctor,
never.
man.
I'm a doctor.
that? Okay, that's why I wasn't presenting the
I'm
question. That's why I
watching
said I'm not gonna ask you guys.
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
but
but yeah,
I've
use
watched
the
enough
doctor
adult
excuse,
things.
sure.
I must have searched it up
I
at
just
some
studied
point on
UGS,
YouTube.
my
Yeah.
guy. Again,
Sorry,
Sherif?
Sharif?
Bro, I don't study
I
anything.
must have searched it up at least once or twice
Yeah.
on YouTube before.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, but that's like 1 out of 6.
They have the banana thing and they slip the in on the banana and says like, come on, man, we've all seen it.
I don't know
Nah,
why
bro.
this topic came back up, but
You
yeah,
brought it
thank you,
up.
Paco.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Paco actually brought it back up. We ended
No, I
it.
didn't bring
Paco.
it up. I was
You
trying
said
to
you were
close
talking.
it.
You're
didn't bring
giving
it
us
up.
other sources of how to use a condom. It's like go to porn, bro. That's
No,
Can we
you're
stop saying
talking
that,
about you need to
please?
make people aware. I'm telling you, people
Yeah.
are aware. We're living in an era where information is accessible to
Yeah.
everyone of
Mhm.
all ages.
Of all ages.
So,
Right.
like,
Let's
if
go back
you
to the
don't know, you
question.
can know. You can find out. Sorry.
Yeah. So on the concept of abortion, guys, like,
Yeah, so this is why it's a big deal, because imagine there's so many scenarios where you need an abortion, you know.
Yeah.
The leading country of freedom and free speech and everything just made it illegal again. Even me as a practicing physician, I can't even practice safe abortions anymore, you know, like in the future, which is huge.
you'd compromise your license.
Exactly. And this is, we're talking about America, like it's
Bro,
in the
wait, America
Constitution
made
to
it
have
illegal?
free speech or free choice, you know.
Abbas, America made it illegal, you're saying again.
That's what the
This is
whole
the, this is the
discussion
whole
is
point
about.
is. This is the Roe versus Wade.
All states, or is it like just some places?
Bro,
Yeah,
we,
all
just,
states.
we talked about this earlier. It was removed from the constitution, so it covers all the states.
No, I thought it was made legal in the Constitution, like made legal.
Illegal. It was in the constitution. It was removed from the constitution. That's why we're talking about this topic right now.
Holy shit.
Yes.
And like just diverging a bit away from abortion, but this could like have like impacts on other laws, and like Saeed was saying, like in other constitutional laws, like the Supreme Court can pull it, like go the opposite direction on any of the other laws.
Reverse.
Yeah, and
not
slavery and
necessarily.
stuff like that too. That's
what's
horrible.
crazy-
Man. Yeah, exactly.
Relax, Ali. Whoa. That is a big one, you know.
No, but it's like, it's so, how can they just go back and take away something like that? It's kind of huge. It's like they are going, dude, you're talking about, oh, what can't you wear a condom? Dude, some people want to get pregnant and want to have a baby. They want it and they plan on it. It's not that easy to get a baby. And they're pregnant, and then something goes wrong and they don't want to have it anymore.
Yeah. There's medical exemptions in some cases. It doesn't make sense, man. Try that. Akid fee exemptions for those cases, no?
A lot of
There's
people.
There's a story of this girl who had a baby and the baby died, but it's still in her, and no doctor is taking it out of her. She's like walking around with that fetus in her body. Yeah, exactly.
That's so. Yeah, that's so.
Because the doctors are like, I don't want to do it, not me. Go to someone else. Go to yeah. So it's like, what?
Yeah, that's I don't know what to say, man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that like the doctors definitely do want to help. Just for the people that are listening, the doctors definitely do want to help. It's just like if they do help, they would go to jail, and they would compromise their license. So they
would, yeah, like you said, they would sacrifice their own license. Like Abbas said as well earlier in the discussion. They don't want to risk their license. They're not gonna risk their life, not their life, but their earnings for a person that wants to have an abortion.
No, it's also their life, man. Because like,
not gonna risk it.
I mean, if the doctor has
sucks,
a family,
but, you know.
What's crazy is that they're focusing on abortions when there's like 17 billion other things that are more important, like guns. Like, take away the guns.
Look,
first,
I'm gonna tell you this. I am so for gun rights.
I'm so against gun rights, bro. It's the stupidest tradition known to man.
That's a different topic, guys.
Yeah, I know, but in general,
it's a whole different discussion.
Abbas, I remember you said in the beginning that you were in between.
Oh, so Sherif kind of like said what I wanted to say is that I'm very pro-choice, but after a certain time period when the baby like has a heartbeat, like technically has a soul, you know, he's moving around, he's conscious, you know, like
there's brain activity as well.
And, brain activity, brain waves. Like what's different than killing that infant or neonate as opposed to a 2-year-old, for example? I mean, for me, that's no difference.
Well, that's the thing. When people say they're pro-choice, it's usually around the context of when the abortion is done. It's before the third trimester. Is it the second? Which trimester is it?
The first trimester.
Yeah, before the first trimester ends, because that's when that's before the baby starts to get a heartbeat and like brain activity and all that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the context in the law that that it's applied on.
Yeah,
and after that, then it becomes murder.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about abortion and also abortion religion, so like in Islam, according to some madhahib and some school of thoughts, they have a 120-day period. So anything before the 120 days, abortion is permissible.
Is that true?
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, the first trimester.
But after it's pretty much 120 is like the first 4 months. So yeah, roughly around the first trimester.
Are you serious?
Trimester.
Is abortion's legal in Kuwait? For the first trimester?
In Kuwait, it's legal, but it's heavily restricted.
It's legal but restricted. Yeah.
So it has to be the mother or the child's life is in danger, as well as first trimester, so 17 weeks, as well as, you know, it's like a bunch of different things, because when it comes to abortion, it's like Kuwait is a Sharia based law, so kind of goes hand in hand with religion in that sense. But yeah, it is legal in Kuwait, it's just heavily restricted.
Okay. So that's better than America. To think Kuwait is more liberal than America.
More liberal.
That's kind of terrible.
I thought you were going to say to think Kuwait is better than America. I would have had that conversation again.
Abbas, they should move the statue.
No, in Kuwait.
To Kuwait,
as much as
no thanks.
Like Kuwait, I don't like the politics
in public
in general in the Arab world. But Kuwait is actually like one of the Khaliji countries that like they stand with their own, which I like. Anjad, and this is not something in Lebanon we should have more of, but we don't. But in Kuwait, the majority, for instance, are Shia, and the other majority is Sunnah. But they don't think like that. They think the king, or they think our politics, they think of Kuwait before they have a love for Kuwait. And that's not just Kuwait, all the Khaliji, they love their own country. That's the difference between like Lebanon, Syria, and Palestine. أهل الخليج حتى مصر we have this, because in Egypt, the Egyptians love Egypt. That's why when they have a rebellion on any topic, even with abortion, they all agree, whether they disagree, but they all agree to disagree, or they all agree to agree. But they all agree. That's what I love about like Khalij.
I agree, man.
Like بغض النظر الpolitics.
Yeah, I mean, like laws that serve the people. You know what I mean? I agree to that point. Where it's
that's the beauty about it, and they all respect the law.
Now, if only we could unite for the, for abortion. If only we could
it's crazy, guys.
Kuwait unites for its people.
It's very crazy because there's a lot of people who are going to be impacted in the US. So many people have ectopic pregnancies, huh?
If I may ask, how did this happen, man? It seems out of the blue. Was it like an accumulative thing, or is it like over time, or is it just a sudden decision, or what?
See, this is what I'm confused about, because I think it was about like 3 cases in the South where they were fighting for abortions, right?
I'm not too sure about.
I'm not too sure. Ali with the Google.
Yeah, it went like in my guess, it went from like.
What is your question?
Like, when did this start? Because it came out of the blue. Sherif is right.
What, Roe v. Wade?
The decision
Oh,
came out of the
decision.
like shocked people. That's why it came out of the blue. But it was being discussed before because the
Yeah.
Supreme Court, when the Supreme Court was deciding upon it, it became headlines.
Because
But
Ali Al-Hajj, didn't something happen near California where there was a girl who wanted an abortion and they didn't let her?
I don't know too much actually that story. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah,
I
So
should
the
have done
whole
more
Roe v.
research.
Wade has been argued since December 13th. Get this, 1971.
No, not this one. There was a couple of cases recently in the past few months
About
where like these girls wanted abortions and the court didn't let them have it.
Yo, question: doesn't Biden have any say on this as the president?
No.
No,
Biden's still
No.
recovering from that bike fall.
no, but it's not that. In the United States judiciary system, the Supreme Court is not affected by the president. Only
Okay.
the president can appoint a judge, but only when the judge dies. And that's what Trump did. When President Trump was in office, he appointed a judge. That's why the Roe v. Wade, that's why they banned abortion, because they have a conservative judge that outweighed the liberal judges in the Supreme Court.
Oh,
They're like 11
And
or
that's 'cause of Trump,
13
because
total
Trump appointed
judges.
it.
But yeah.
wow, nice.
And honestly, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. Like as I said before, the only time you're with, in my opinion, the only time you're ever with abortion is when you need it. And like that's an option. That's the only thing I see it as. It's an option.
Hamad, Paco, you're saying it as a man's point of view, but what if the female wants it? Like what if
I don't have any
your
female
girlfriend-
perspective in our show today.
Yeah. But in general, like this is the whole point is that they don't have a say anymore of what they can and what can happen to their bodies. Ali was saying there was a dead fetus inside this woman and nobody wanted to do an abortion on it. I mean, guys, that's like seriously like
That's
health.
gonna kill her.
That's gonna kill her. That's gonna impact her health in a serious
Like
way.
literally, she cannot get medical care and she's going to die because of a law. Simply.
Guys, medical question for Abbas or Ali, or whoever is able to answer this. Because when it's inside, it's being fed nutrients and stuff. If it's medically deceased, does it continue to be fed nutrients? Is it sustained or
It's
is it just a
rotting.
corpse?
It's decomposing
No.
inside her.
Pretty much.
Yeah, literally, it
It's
just
a dead
decomposes.
It's
No,
like having
first
a
of all,
corpse inside of
It doesn't decompose. It's just a dead baby because it is.
It does. You can cause
It's,
sepsis.
it's extremely amniotic fluid is extremely sterile. Is it
No,
not?
but when it's dead, there's no more blood flow and it can cause sepsis,
That's fine. Sepsis is true,
which
right?
is bacteria. And
But that's not the right bacteria to help decompose a body. That's why when the baby is born, it's like still looks fresh.
But Ali, no, but Ali, if it goes on for like a year or two, bro, I'm 100% sure it can cause bacterial infection.
I mean, by the way, when a fetus is dead, they just give her pills that help uterine contraction to push the thing out.
Push it out, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Do you know what that's called?
They give her oxy.
You know what that drug is called? Huh, Abbas? Do you know?
What? What do you call?
What's the drug called for uterine contraction?
Of oxytocin.
My guy.
Yeah.
Actually,
I like how Paco said it first, but no one heard.
Really? He said it?
Yeah, he actually said it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
bro, isn't oxytocin the love and bonding hormone?
No, that's
OxyContin.
No. Not OxyContin.
No.
That's-
Whoa, that's a whole different kind of drug, bro. That's a whole different kind of
Paco knows his chemicals.
Oxytocin is the love hormone,
Mhm.
right?
No,
But
I'm not, I heard oxycodone, and I was like, that's a whole different kind.
damn.
Yeah, but basically. So
Yeah,
where do we go from this, you guys? What is our whole stance on Roe v.
I
Wade?
think they should go back to pro-choice after before the first trimester. I think
It makes sense, bro. If it's just a bunch of cells, it's خلاص, as at the end of the day, it's a bigger crime to let it go through and be born, and not being able to provide for it, giving it to the government, overpopulation. It's like, I don't know, man. It's a really bad thing to let it happen if you can't give it the life it deserves, and you're doing more harm than good at the end of the day, where they would prefer to die anyway, than
You know, I'm surprised no one here is actually pro-life. Like I
I
thought we
mean,
did have.
yeah,
I'm
like
pro-life.
yeah,
I mean, I'm in between, but I'm more leaning towards pro-life.
I mean, to me,
I'm
I'm
not saying I
pro-life when
am
it's like
100%, but
I'm gonna share a little bit about my whole perspective since I didn't do a lot of it this episode.
yeah, say it,
I'm pro-life when it comes to like you're a married couple and okay, you might have not planned to have this baby now, but you're gonna have it regardless. And this is something because I'm a little religious, so this is a gift from God, right? To me. And you know, you're a married couple, do what you must. Yes, financially you might not be that stable, but you have 9 fucking months to sort that shit out, you know? So it's like kind of more than enough, if you ask me. But if like you're a rape victim that's now pregnant and you don't want the child, to me, yes, you should definitely get an abortion if you feel like even for 1%, you cannot take care or give this child the life that it deserves. Plus, I would also like to put myself kind of in the shoes of this unborn child where it is born out of rape, which is not something that's nice to know. And eventually in their life they will, and who knows what kind of mental effect it can have on the kid,
bro.
right?
Exactly.
And we don't need we don't need that.
Yeah, for
Right,
sure.
we really don't need that. So
Not
to me,
fact.
I'm pro-choice when it comes to very serious situations, right? But I am pro-life when it comes to married couple or not married couple. I know since this is international, if you're a couple living together and you forgot to use contraceptives, that's kind of on you, right? Like you're the one who's responsible for this, and now you have the price to pay. Because abortions is not as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's a whole medical procedure. This is an operation, right? Like it's not just you stick a fucking vacuum up the cervical neck and you that is kind of what you do, but it's a lot more.
Yeah,
to be honest, it sounds like you guys are all pro-choice, but
yeah, we're all kind of on the same page.
I'm not pro-choice,
but like circumstantial, you know. That's
yeah.
you have your
case by case.
But to be honest, going on Ali's point about, for example, the married couple, is it fair to really like reach like completely change their whole lives just because of one small mistake?
Yeah, because you know what comes after, you know, intercourse. Let's not beat around the bush. You know what comes after.
I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying in general
happen,
to those.
You know.
Yeah, that's fine. Mistakes can happen,
but
you wouldn't go into something like that knowing the outcome of the mistake if it were to happen, not being prepared.
Look, I don't think it's a fair trade-off. You know, if it's just like
you can't say that
one fuck up during sex to basically having
a
child.
Well, what's a fuck up? Describe this.
Let me finish the point. Just let me finish the point. I don't think it's a fair trade-off. It's just like one fucked up night and for having sex and then like 18 years with a child. It doesn't.
More than
it doesn't. I don't think it's a fair trade-off.
All right, guys.
I'm just saying.
Give me a second.
Just my opinion.
Fine, that's fine. That's your opinion. I just want to ask you this.
Yeah.
How could you fuck up during intercourse?
There's multiple ways. You also said one yourself. A condom.
Listen, Sam.
Okay, fine. A condom rips. There's plan B.
طيب, okay, خلاص then. Plan B. That solves it. But plan B isn't it technically?
Yeah, but what if there's no plan
Isn't
B?
it type of an abortion then?
No, that's not, because it takes 3 days for the sperm to swim from the vaginal canal all the way to the fallopian tubes, right? Abbas, 3 days. Yeah. So you're telling me you couldn't buy plan B in 3 days after you both,
Bro, sometimes like what can happen is like
they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That can happen.
Okay, so if I was like, oh shit, the condom ripped, you freak out. Who would you go to? You'd go to a doctor. Doctor would know, would tell you plan B is a choice.
No, but sometimes they don't know it ripped. They don't know it like they don't know impregnation happened essentially, and that's I think it's pretty common problem.
I think it's pretty obvious if it ripped.
I don't think that's the only situation though that can happen.
No, bro. Sometimes the condom doesn't.
What if, for example, on birth, if someone's on birth control and they miss the pill one day?
That's you just being irresponsible.
Machine makes a condom.
Ali, you're providing me with like very what's it called, extreme circumstances, I am giving you extreme circumstances as well. So
I'm not giving you
like,
anything extreme. I'm
Well,
asking you
you
what
are-
mistake could happen. You're telling me all this stuff, and I'm telling you
yeah, but you
the
also
answer.
you're saying like you are pro-choice, but except for this, except for that. So these are
Yeah.
extreme situations. Why? Why yes to this and why no to that? I don't.
Because when you are a married couple and you've been blessed with a child, when other people who are married for a very long
Right.
time try to have kids and they don't have that
But
privilege,
didn't you say yourself that up until the first trimester it is allowed?
it is allowed, but not for anything. It's not for anyone who wants it.
But Ali, as Saeed is saying, imagine like you were dating a girl, you weren't married in the US or any other European country. What if you made a mistake, like you were planning and then you guys had a big fight and you realized that
He's
you
gonna be
guys
a father. Simply.
Yeah. No, they're
Simply
gonna
put.
leave each other. They're gonna leave each other regardless. Imagine
no,
they're not compatible.
No, based
Here's
on
what I
Ali's,
would do.
based on Ali's
No,
argument,
don't base.
he's going to be a father. Isn't that?
Yeah,
what?
that is right. No, you're 100% right. I won't be there for her. I will be there for my child, though.
But isn't that devastating to the child? Like since day one, like
then every single divorce parents their children would be fucked up.
Bro, a divorced
According
parent
to
already has the child, but what if I mean, a lot of divorced children are not that happy with.
Ali, we want to reduce the amount of children that will get affected by these
Yeah.
kind of.
I'm gonna say this. I think nothing in life is completely good or bad. There's a lot of gray areas. It's the lesser of two evils, man. It's irresponsible not to take the necessary precautions and measures to prevent this from happening and getting impregnation. However, which is what Shammari is saying, yeah. But on the other hand, it's more irresponsible to let it happen and devastate a child's life, knowing you could prevent it because you didn't want
killing
to
the child.
Sherif,
Sherif,
you're saying it. I mean, you said like use
Lesser of two evils.
use the tools that you have to reduce what's it called, to stop this kind of thing from happening. Abortion is a tool that allows that. And now Ali, you just said like by killing the baby, but we also said you have until the first trimester.
Yeah,
How is
but
that
again,
still killing the baby?
No.
How
Ali
is that
said,
killing
all
the baby?
right, let me talk.
Go ahead, Paco.
Ali said, in case of, God forbid, if a woman needs to have an abortion, she's permitted within the first trimester.
Yep.
But in my opinion, I believe that abortion should be legal, but it should be expensive. It shouldn't be as cheap as it is today.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
gonna tell you that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Let him
I'm gonna
get his
make it
point
that.
across.
No, I'm gonna tell you this. It should be expensive. That's how you're gonna reduce. Like if you make drugs legal, that's how you stop drugs.
Maybe he better will have all the abortions and then everyone else in that.
Bro, that's completely wrong.
Yeah,
Paco, no, Paco, let's talk about this. Complete honesty, but people who are less educated are more likely to have more children because they probably end up using less contraception or like stuff like that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. And people who are less educated are usually like in the lower bracket of making of income making. So if you make it more expensive for them, they are gonna have more kids. They have more kids. They're not gonna be able to afford to properly educate, properly feed, and properly clothe, and properly, give a proper life to these kids. How the fuck is that a smart idea by making it expensive?
I think
what happens when you have more kids? More people pay tax. That's more revenue for the government.
Bro, what
revenue if they're all poor? If all the kids are poor, what revenue are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you this.
Paco,
I'm gonna tell you this.
Paco, what you're literally saying is increase taxes on the poorer people. That's
okay.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, no.
1 second. Let's all just take a breather for a minute.
Woo!
Because this is spiraling
Getting
way out of
spicy.
control.
Spicy.
Oh no, I'm good. Don't worry. I'm just like
This is going out of control. We're going way off topic.
Okay.
I think from
when you
Paco's
have
point
so
of
many
view,
people, whether or most like, first of all, there's a lot of poor people in the world anyway.
طيب.
Right?
Hey.
Yes.
Screw
Okay, we
them.
can agree to that. All right. When you have a lot of people, what do you have? You have a lot of soldiers. You have a lot of revenue for the tax. This is how they think, but you might go.
Bro, you're thinking medieval times.
I'm sorry, but nobody cares about feelings anymore. people cared about feelings, then a lot of things wouldn't be going the way they are going today.
But
You're
Hitler
making it
hated
sound like it's
abortions.
a bad thing. It is a bad thing, but you have to understand that what happens when abortion is illegal. You guys are laughing, but I'm telling you, this is how it's sold to the government. It's how it's sold to the people. People that are voting for the Republican Party, this is how they're sold for.
Paco, I think if I may take something from your point of view, what you initially said, your initial statement is that I think what he's trying to say as well is that maybe it's to disincentivize that by making it more expensive. One thing he was trying to say maybe is by trying to make it more expensive, you disincentivize it as an easy solution that you can always turn to, make it something like a piece of cake. Oh yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, it's like, oh, we did a mistake. Oh, let's just do it. Rather than making something only for extreme situations.
That's a good point, Sherif. But the thing is, like, we've seen examples of that, and it doesn't necessarily work.
Right.
There's
is it covered by medical insurance in America? I have to ask. Is it covered by public insurance? You guys would know.
No.
It's not? You have to pay for it. What if you were like homeless or something? Private.
That insurance doesn't even cover it. You have to get a specific kind of insurance for it to be covered.
I see.
In other news,
and it's probably not 90% of people don't pay for it because it's not worth it. Because how many people go, oh, I'm having an abortion today?
All right. Give me a second. In other news, basically Disney and all these huge corporations are literally planning on giving women full coverage for them to travel to another country, get their abortions done, and come back.
What?
Yeah.
So,
wow.
That's expensive, dude. Give me that money. I'll make a movie.
But guys, exactly. I read somewhere that the USA can stop pregnant women from leaving and getting abortions in other countries or other states.
How are they supposed to know that?
Or other states.
How are they supposed to know?
I don't know. I read something like that. I might be wrong. Yeah.
You're like 2 months pregnant, 3 months pregnant. No one's gonna tell you. You look like a normal person.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna stop all fat people from boarding the plane. Be like, hey man.
Ali just like looked up.
No,
I'm not pregnant. I swear.
No.
Wait, but Ali, Sharif and Saeed and Muhammad, I wanted to say, would you rather have a rich family have a child or a poor family have a child? Why would you make abortions?
I want a poor family to have a child. I want a poor family to have
He wants a bigger army, man. Brother, what the fuck is this?
Muhammad, you're thinking about too much of a state that wants an army and war. We're talking about normal life, like.
Yeah, bro. Normal life.
He lives in Lebanon.
If one of those kids being smart is very high, so you have a little army within an army.
Listen, I'd rather everyone gets a child if they want one. As long as you teach that child good value and good humanship, I'm okay with that. Other than that, abortions should be a thing, but should be heavily restricted, right?
Yeah, I feel like I mean, it is true that the world is getting not overpopulated, but the opposite is like we're actually declining, and especially amongst like the smarter, more educated countries, they're having
exactly
less
where
kids.
I was gonna go with this.
Which is
the problem
is that they're having the smart people who you want to have kids aren't having the kids, but then the dumb people they're fucking their cousin and having like 13 kids and stuff like that.
What do you mean dumb people have fucking their cousins?
I'm Arab هلا. Are you just like throwing shade at Arabs now?
I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
I was referring to like the
end of the day,
America.
Give me a second. At the end of the day,
the IQ's gonna drop, man. The IQ's gonna drop.
Your IQ's already dropped. We're past that. Let me get this point across. At the end of the day, this isn't about abortion and not abortion. This is mainly about education. Please do educate yourself on sexual health and all that stuff before trying for a baby or even engaging in a sexual relationship.
You know what? I wish everyone on the Supreme Court, I wish their parents had an abortion. Okay?
That's a little bit,
That's a bit extreme because not all of them voted for, for the.
Then have this pass, dude. Have this pass.
Because the majority voted. Yeah.
I hope all their parents had abortions.
Okay, whatever. Man.
Jeez.
We've hit our
Jeez, man.
timestamp here.
Wait, before we end, I wanted to say I used to live in a village in Lebanon, and I used to look out the window, and a lot of these no, wait. A lot of these like very poor families, obviously they weren't practicing safe sex because one, they're under like they don't have education about contraceptives, and two, they can't afford abortions, and three, in Lebanon maybe it is restricted and it's not that is
It's
it
also
free, Lebanon?
it's a bit societal, man.
Yeah,
Because
also societal. Bro,
because
I
like
would
if you go to a pharmacy and then you want to buy a condom, like you're gonna get looked at and shit like
yeah,
that.
bro. So I would see these like parents who maybe their wages were $100 a month, bro. That's nothing, and they would get like 10 to 13 kids, and bro, I would think to myself like damn, like these people are gonna have really hard lives. I mean, if abortions was accessible, wouldn't that be more easy, like for
Yeah.
both the children and the family? I don't know. That's what I used to think
I
when I
figure
was.
it is free. It is free, the condoms from the Ministry of Health in Lebanon. But the thing is, they don't provide sex ed, so no one even knows
Yeah,
shit
and
about that.
plus nobody in
Yeah.
Lebanon. Yeah.
So again, this all comes back to education. So please do educate yourselves. There's nothing wrong with talking about it with your family members, or reading about it online. This is, after all, something we're all eventually going to be getting into, some sooner than others. It's important to always take care of yourself, educate, and hopefully we can see a future where we don't even need to worry about abortion anymore because people are very educated, and if they try for a child, they will succeed. Thank you for watching another episode of A2 The Show. If you guys enjoyed this episode half as much or even understood what the fuck happened, right, please do like, subscribe, and share. Special thanks to everyone on the show today: Abbas, Sherif, Paco, and Saeed, our boy. What else is there? Peace, love, happiness. We will see you. Bye.
Adios.